You guys were or were not able to get it?
Offensively? Offensively, I thought we were able to get a great push. We established the line of scrimmage well up front. We were prepared for multiple looks that they bring. I think we did a good job of executing and getting that push.
Did you guys think you won after the last touchdown?
Do we think we won? No, the game's not over until it's all zeros.
What's the mood of this game right
next door, by the way?
It's a little shocked. This one hurts a little bit just the way it happened. But after tonight, this one's over with. We move on to the next one and move on to Minnesota, and we go from there. Because when it comes to adversity, it's how you respond, and that's the mentality this team has to take, and that's the mentality this team's going to take.
You've watched the movie The Blind Side, where the lineman blocks the kid all the way up the field and knocks him over in the stands. On the last touchdown run, you took your block all the way into the stands. I mean, how's that make you feel? I mean, at that moment, not worrying about the end of the game.
It was just more doing whatever the team needed. And when my number is called when I'm in there, I have an assignment, I have a person to block, and I want to put him in the stands. I want to put every block in the stands. Fortunately for that one, I was almost able to get him in the stands. I wasn't quite able to get him up into, but his back was against, and more importantly, the result of the play was a touchdown, and that's all that matters. And like I said, whatever my role is, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do it 110% full throttle, and that's what the coaches can expect out of me every time.
What do you think about the increased use of the tight ends this year? Is that something you really expected last year, transitioning into this year?
The increased use of the tight ends, that's what I expected when I came here. And that's what the coaching staff has done here at Iowa for a long time, producing the tight ends that it has. And that's tight. Iowa's known for the multiple ways they can use tight ends and the multiple tight ends they use in those various ways. So I think that's just part of our identity as an offense and of Iowa's offense traditionally.
When you come into a school and there's a lot of tight ends, is it nice to be able to all be getting work on different variations?
Absolutely. Like I said to the last reporter, whatever's best for the team. So if that means one person's playing every snap, or if it means that four of us are all rotating in, whatever's best for the team is what we need to do, because ultimately we need to come out and get a win as a team.
Is that hard to keep your focus, or would you rather be playing every down, or if you're rotating in and out? Is that tough to keep focused in that situation?
To answer your question about it, would I rather be playing every down? Absolutely. Every person on this team wants to play every down. That's the competitive nature in everybody. Is it tough to maintain your focus? No. If you have the right mindset throughout the game to help your team in whatever way, and keep your nose in the game every play, then absolutely not. There's no excuse for going in there and not having your focus in a game that's as physical and as violent and as important as everyone that we play.
When did you become aware of Iowa's tight ends and things? I know you read up on them, I'm sure, during your recruiting process, but you're from Ohio, right?
Yes.
Did you grow up following Iowa tight ends, Iowa football?
It was actually the year they caught my eye was they had Moyaki and Reisner, and they ended up in the Orange Bowl against Georgia Tech, and that's kind of when I was in the midst of my whole recruiting process. And, they just did so many things, moving them on and off the ball with both of those guys, and both of those guys are obviously excellent talents and have proven it at the next level. But I became aware of it and kept an eye on it, and then recruited here. Love the coaches, and it's a big family atmosphere, and that's what we're looking for.
You played tight end in high school, right?
Yes.
Did you play other positions?
In high school?
Yes.
Yeah, I played defensive end.
Did you do a lot of blocking as a tight end in high school?
Yeah. I widened out. I did a fair share of catching too, though.
Is that something you had to learn more of once you got here?
Blocking?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was pretty clueless on the actual technique of how to successfully block a Big Ten defensive end.
Is that a disadvantage when you're so big, or you come from a program where you don't need to do blocking, and then you go into a program where you are going to have to block? Is that?
I think it's all about your mentality, and it's about your mentality, and it's about your commitment to learning and wanting to learn how to run block, because it is so important, and it's so important in this offense. So I know every tight end in our room takes great pride and knows that in order to get on the field, you're going to have to know how to block, and you're going to have to block successfully and block 110% every play.
Have you had the opportunity to speak to like Moyaki and former tight ends from here as you've been here?
Yeah, I've talked to Tony a few times. I've talked to Alan a few times. So.
Do they give you advice? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, is it more inspirational or more?
When they come back, they make little pointers here and there, more so with the last offense because they were in that system with Coach O'Keefe. But, they'll make little pointers to all of us, just trying to help all of us get us better to carry the tradition.